What up, peoples? I'm Sdproduces. This is a rant from SD about something very special. Not special, but something I just want to talk about. The Carter 6. We're going to talk about this. Why? I think several things could happen. One, out of the weirdest beat on this album, I'm going to start with this idea first. This beat isn't for Wayne. It wouldn't have made sense for Wayne, but it would have made sense for Danny Brown. If you put Danny Brown, an elephant in the room, I think Danny Brown kills this. I think Danny Brown murders that beat. Because I think Danny Brown fits really well on off-ball beats. Like, really weird beats. And he can rap really well on, like, standard beats. But I think Danny Brown would have killed this. But I think there's a reason why you don't like Wayne on that beat. And I think it's a decent reason. I think people don't like Wayne on that beat because it's on a Carter album. And I think Lil Wayne should have made the Carter 6 one of his more experimental albums. I think the problem with the Carter 6 is advertising of what this album is. I heard someone say that Wayne makes the Carters as his mainstream work. And that's true. That's the ones that you want on the radio. That's the ones that are going to have punch. He has a whole album series that is based off of him wanting to do outside of rap or weird rap genre stuff. This album probably would have worked better as a I Am Not a Human or something that's not a Carter. I think we have an expectation for Carter, especially people who make albums that are a sequel or a series. You have an expectation, especially if you're going from Carter 1 to Carter 2 to Carter 3, which that trilogy is great. The Carter trilogy is fine. Now we're on the other side of it, and it's starting to look like the Star Wars movies, where, yeah, episodes 5, 6, and 7, great. Oh, 4, 5, and 6, sorry. Don't crucify me, Star Wars nerds. 4, 5, and 6, fine. And then you go back to episodes 1, 2, and 3, and you're like, well, what's going on here? For the people that there's a whole generation that likes the prequels. Well, you're fine. That's not great though. But no. I think, granted, Wayne is still rapping how Wayne raps, and I think that's some people's issues. Some people like, well, Wayne needs to change it up. But I think even with some of it, this album suffers from not mainstream enough and not zany enough to like be completely divisive, but get some like rage listening to. I think there's some rage listening to, but not in a good way. But I also think Wayne and a lot of people on Wayne's level suffer from there's no conciseness because there's no executive over them anymore. Like there's a couple people, I believe all of the Young Money artists right now of Wayne, Nicki, Drake don't have executives over them. And I'm not saying every artist needs an executive over them, but at least a creative team that can tell them, no, yes, this sounds good. Maybe we'll put this over here. Like, I wish Wayne had someone like a Rick Rubin or a Dr. Dre type to craft the album to be something great. I don't think Wayne is washed in any way. I think Wayne, if he really just focused on making himself more relevant to the times, I think Wayne could do really well right now. A lot of the older rappers are doing well right now. Like Nas had the most incredible run that a rapper could have in their entire career with Hit Boy. And I think sometimes it might be he needs an executive producer, but also maybe like just a solid producer. Maybe he needs to get with a Hit Boy. Maybe he needs to get with an Alchemist. Maybe he needs to get with a Just Blaze and let them craft the album and craft the song. Like, a lot of people say Wayne always stays in his own world. That could be a detriment because he doesn't care what the world says, but that also means you're detached from it. Like, it's all Wayne's world until no one wants to be in it anymore. But I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I still think the elephant in the room, I think Danny Brown, I think that beat works with Danny Brown. Figuring out Lin-Manuel Miranda made it is hilarious to me because I love Hamilton. Like, I think that man's great. I loved everything he did for Moana and I forgot the other one that was over there that he wrote. Like, and I get it, it's a Broadway feel, but that zaniness, even with the elephant that needed to be turned down, I think that works with Danny Brown. I would love to hear Danny Brown do a freestyle over that. It was just, for some odd reason, off-putting and shocking hearing Wayne rap over that. I think also his Danny Brown's voice would fit better over it. But no, that's my thoughts. I'm not gonna hold y'all that long. Like, there's no need for this to be like 10 minutes. I'm not a long blogger. I just think Wayne needs an executive, either an executive producer to craft it or an executive producer as in a beat maker. Like, even like, I think if he got with one of the legendaries, even granted he's controversial and he's using AI and I don't like it and I'm gonna boo it every time. Even a Tim, I think, could craft like help Wayne mold a good album. And maybe not a Carter. Like, leave this series alone. Like, I hated when Eminem made the Marshall Mathers LP2. I don't like hearing a part 2 to something. I think maybe the best run, no, never mind, I was about to say something. The Blueprint Run 1 is still the best one. And I'll give 3. People hated Blueprint 3. I love Blueprint 3. Blueprint 2 got some bangers. But overall, but yeah, like I said, I think this album was just mismanaged. Like, could have made it a side project, could have made it an alternative project, but because it's a Carter, you expect high level things on it. But I don't know. I'm Sdproduces at B Sound Studios. These are my thoughts. For my full thoughts on the Carter 6 and the Danny Brown thing, come see my YouTube page. There it goes. And if you need some beats, go to my BeatStars page. There you go as well. All right.